In October 1962, the world came closer to nuclear war than ever before. For 13 days, the United States and the Soviet Union stood on the edge of catastrophe. This moment became known as the Cuban Missile Crisis. It began when American surveillance aircraft photographed something alarming. Soviet missile sites were being built in Cuba. These missiles were capable of carrying nuclear warheads, and they were only about 90 miles from the coast of the United States. President John F. Kennedy was immediately informed. The United States responded by placing a naval blockade around Cuba. American warships surrounded the island. Soviet ships carrying military equipment continued approaching the blockade line. For days, the entire world watched. No one knew whether the next move would start a nuclear war. At the height of the crisis, tensions were so high that military forces on both sides were placed on maximum alert. Strategic bombers were ready. Missile crews were prepared. One wrong decision could have triggered a devastating global conflict. At the same time, deep beneath the ocean, a Soviet submarine was being tracked by U.S. Navy ships. The submarine had lost communication with Moscow. Inside the vessel, the crew believed war might have already begun. The captain ordered a nuclear torpedo to be prepared. Launching it could have started a nuclear war. According to Soviet protocol, 3 officers had to approve the launch. 2 officers agreed, but 1 man refused. His name was Vasili Arkhipov. He argued that the situation was unclear and convinced the crew not to launch the weapon. The submarine eventually surfaced. The torpedo was never fired. Soon after, diplomatic negotiations between the United States and the Soviet Union eased the crisis. The Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. The United States secretly agreed to remove its missiles from Turkey. The Cuban Missile Crisis ended, but historians believe the world came closer to nuclear war during those days than at any other time in modern history. And in one critical moment, a single decision helped prevent catastrophe.